Hey guys, Rocky Mountain Race Week is fast approaching, so we're actually going to start working on all of the rides for Rocky Mountain Race Week. Just a reminder, we're taking El Toro. Derek from Vice Grip Garage is going to drive that. John's going to be the co-pilot. We're taking my Nova. Red and I are coming for blood again. And then Andy's GTO, which you guys just saw a video of, is going to go compete in the 850 class. So it's going to be exciting, but we got a lot of work to do. The Nova last time out, I posted this on my personal Facebook, but when I put everything together at Garrett Cletus's shop, I didn't really take time to tie up all of the boost lines for the wastegates, and actually melted the bottom line on one side right to the wastegate because it was too loose. That in turn made the boost spike. And when I was just doing my general maintenance between races, I noticed there was some water in the catch can, and there's never water in the catch can on this car. Some cars get it regularly, some don't. Which leads me to believe it may have a compromised head gasket. So we're gonna zip the heads off of it, put some new head gaskets on it, because we have a 1,400 mile journey, plus we're gonna beat the snot out of it all week. So I want it in tip-top shape. You just need to do those types of things to make sure you can last and make it through an endurance type of race like Race Week or Drag Week. All right guys, so we got one, I say we, John got one head off. Good thing we did a little courtesy gasket check because we found a couple pieces of broken valve spring. These are the valve springs that have been in it for about 5 years. If you look down in here, you can see the seals pushed up. So we got some problems, but nothing that can't be fixed relatively easy. So it'll be easy to replace the springs while the head's off, right, John?
Absolutely.
And the gasket on this side doesn't appear to be compromised, though. John said the one spark plug on this side was a little wet coming out, but nothing like, I don't actually expect to see any like bad issues with head gaskets. It probably what happened is it just lifted the head just enough to, like, you know, put a little bit of cool in it to put some pressure into the cooling system. And that's why I always check the catch can at the back, the coolant catch can, because if there's any water, it's a good sign of what's about to happen. At least on this, I've had cars in the past where
Push a little bit.
They push a little bit every pass, but this car, you just need to pay attention to what the car likes and what the car does and doesn't do on a regular basis. So when you see abnormal stuff like, you know, some water in there when there's never been water, then that's just something to pay attention to.
It's roomy.
Think Derek's gonna fit?
Derek can't be much bigger than me.
Wow, there's tons of them.
Oh boy, John's got the big seat in.
I mean, it's not bolted in, but
It's
fits.
sitting.
It's inconvenient on this door bar, but
Oh wow.
it's a nice armrest now.
Nice and roomy. You look like a small child in there. Derek will love it.
It should be nice. It'll come up a little bit. Actually get bolted in.
You're gonna be kind of like me, just straight-legged in there.
Yeah, I'm straight up a straight leg.
Like, just cruising it on the street, it works.
Oh, you can do it. I'm not up on the wheel.
Yeah.
Not bad.
No. But there's definitely more room.
I'm sure Derek will
I feel like
appreciate
it's a
it.
lot lower.
Yeah, oh yeah, it definitely
Give
gives
more
room
for a
headroom.
helmet.
Give that head height for him. You gotta get the transmission out of this thing.
Yeah. We need a lift. We should just
If only we knew
put this thing
again.
on the wheels and push it out.
Yeah.
She's out.
Dang. So obviously you don't know anything yet, right?
Yeah, I did. When I drained the oil, there was a little bit of metal, but not a ton. It was like one little flake. It seemed important.
Another thing that has caused us problems over the years, which means it'll cause you guys problems, and that is proper adjustment of a transmission shifter cable. Now this is something people take for granted or they just don't pay attention to, and it's probably one of the highest cause of failed transmissions. This particular instance, we had bought found a cheap B&M ratchet shifter. Needless to say, they don't make them like they used to, and when we first adjusted it was fine, and then what we found is intermittently the shifter would not go in and out of gears cleanly. So it was basically keeping the shifter or the transmission between gears, which caused it to burn up. We went through the transmission, everything was perfect. We only found it when we went to go put it back together. We were kind of confused why it burned up, but we're like, we'll monitor pressure, stuff like that. And then it just wouldn't set. It was different every single time. And you know, that happens with these Chinese parts these days. So it's just something to really keep an eye on. But more importantly, no matter what shifter you use, you definitely want to verify everything works. All right, John, go ahead. We almost have 2 running race week cars. No leaks. That's a big plus. No, it's actually really cold-blooded. We need to work on the idle tune a little bit. Dude, look at the shirt. You already got the El Toro shirt on.
I came prepared today.
It's like you're made to start this car today. That's a good sign. We should probably go out in the parking lot and test it.
I want to run it through the gears to see how.
All right, John, let's spool her up. You ever spooled up a turbo car before?
Couple times.
Couple times. Brother, you gotta get on the 2-step.
What's that?
You gotta get on the 2-step. Get it popping, dude. Little slow. Were you like not foot to the floor? You were worried about going through that front wall right there? Sounded a little tentative. I'm like, either we gotta work on the tune-up or John's worried about driving through the bathrooms in the other room.
We just got water again. I don't want to take that out.
All right, solid move. Well, El Toro's back. So now all we have to do is wire in all the lights, trailer plug, maybe a couple little odds and ends. Other than that, I think the tranny cooler needs to be wired in, and then we'll call him, whatever it is, done. And one of the coolest things, look at, we got Derek requested a big boy seat, so we got, I don't know if you guys can see it.
Little there.
It's like big and little Enos Burnett seats in there. If you guys watch Smokey and the Bandit, but it's ready to roll.
What else you got left to do on this?
So right now I'm hooking up the transmission cooler fan. I got all figured out how I'm going to wire up the windows. I just need some bigger gauge wire to do it. Other than that, just the headlights and taillights. But down on your side over there, I got the taillight stuff all figured out. And wires ran up to right down yonder ways. So we're going to try to get headlights, taillights to come meet in the middle. There's supposed to be like a leash module for that stuff coming. Whether it comes or not, I don't know. If it doesn't come, at least we'll have everything all together and we can wire it from there. Just slowly chipping away. We won't get into how this power inverter was wired up previously for the Christmas tree race, but we fixed that. That's a little bit less of a fire hazard now. Should have seen that one, Chad. That was pretty...
Less of a fire hazard.
I started peeling back some tape and was impressed.
All right, guys, this week is wrapped up. We made excellent progress. We still have to wire El Toro. We got to put the Nova back together, but we did make a rip and put it up on a two-step on El Toro. It held, so the transmission's back. Reasonably confident we got that whole situation fixed. So now it's time to wire it and get it ready for race week, because right now it has no lights, no brake lights, no turn signals. And we also have to get it ready for a trailer, so I guess we got to add a trailer plug to it and then maybe build a trailer hitch. So a lot to do. We got to keep moving forward, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for tuning in.